Right then, so here we have the Aqara G100 camera. As you can see, I've already put it up. Later on in the video you will see me installing that. You'll also see me setting it up through the Aqara app and putting it into the Apple Home app. On here we have, on the box it says that it's 140-degree wide angle. It has 2K resolution. There is an asterisk on that. If you are using Apple Home and HomeKit Secure video, then it does take it down to 1080p. That's a limitation of Apple, not Aqara. Also, if you are using it through both Apple and the Aqara apps, then on the Aqara app it also takes it down to 1080p as well. It has IR and colour night vision. The reason it can do that is because it's got an inbuilt spotlight. Now this camera can be used indoors, it can be used outdoors because it is IP65 weather rated, which means basically if it rains it's not going to damage it. So it's an ideal indoor and outdoor camera. It is very budget friendly. It's on the lower end of the spectrum, particularly for the quality of it, which we've come to expect from Aqara. It also has end-to-end encryption because Aqara take the same kind of stance on privacy as Apple do, meaning that your data is always private, it's always secure, which is a very good thing. It has localized AI detection, so it can detect between humans, pets, packages, and more. I will be going through some of the features in the camera later when we set it up in the Aqara app. It does work on 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. It is Wi-Fi 6 compatible, so there's no 5 gigahertz on this one, but to be honest, I don't think that's too much of a bad thing. If you're like many other smart home users, or if you're unsure about what to do when setting up your smart home, then it's a good idea to have one dedicated channel for all of your IoT or Internet of Things devices. That way they are all on one specific bandwidth. For me, I choose 2.4 because I just think it's a little bit more reliable, and the signal also goes a little bit further than the 5G. So with that being said, what I'll do is I will cut to the part of the video where we did an unboxing upstairs. I will run through the setup, as I say, in the Aqara Home and the Apple Home apps, and then you will see me actually installing it. It's very, very simple. It basically involves one wall plug and one screw, and this camera up here is very flexible. It will move left and right, it will tilt up and down, so it's very, very versatile. I bought this with my own money. I do work with Aqara occasionally, but on this occasion I bought this with my own funds. You can see the front of the box on the side, the rear of the box and the other side. On the top you have an easy open flap for the sellotape, so you're not trying to dig around with your fingernails, and you have a lot of compliance information on the bottom. So what we're going to do is open it up. Here is your USB-C to USB-C lead, your paperwork. Obviously you can skew the QR code, and on the back it shows you how you can mount the device and plug it in, and you have compliance information by the look of it on here, and on the back looks like different languages. And we have a little fixing kit, so we have one screw and one wall plug, and then here we have the camera, static proof bag by the looks of things. And here, as you can see, we have an inbuilt wire into here, into which your USB-C plug can go. This is rubberized, so if you are placing it outside then it will be waterproof because it is a indoor and outdoor camera. So that goes in there like that, and it does produce quite a nice tight seal, as you can hear from the pop. So on the front of the camera We'll see if you can hear this. Nice and satisfying. So what we'll do is we'll get it set up and I'll show you the setup process. As you can see on here, you have a QR code for Aqara and you also have a QR code for Apple Home or Matter. So we'll get this set up and show you the setup process now. Right then, so as you can see, I've got this plugged in now. So what we're going to do is plug this in here. I have the Aqara app open on the phone ready. So there we go, that's plugged in. Also, I'll mention under this little cover here, you have the reset button and you have space to put your own SD card in there. So we'll leave that just in case we need to reset something. As you can see now that we've got it plugged in, there is a little flashing light, or there was a little flashing light on that. There we go.
Ready to connect. Please open the app.
There we go, so ready to connect. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on here, click the plus button at the top and add accessory. See if it picks it up through Magic Pair. There we go, it's picked it up on Magic Pair. So we'll click the G100 and we'll scan the Aqara code at the bottom. So, understood. So I've made sure that we are on our 2.4G Wi-Fi now. I'm going to enter the password. So now we've entered the password and we're going to go next step. I'll click that now for that one. So it's going through the setup process now.
Network connecting, please wait. The account is bound successfully.
There we go.
Welcome aboard.
So you can rename it here and you can put it in whichever room you wish. So I'm going to be putting this in the kitchen. So we will go kitchen there and I'll just leave it as Camera G100, but you can rename it whatever you like. We'll click next. And it's asking if you want it to connect to Matter or Apple HomeKit. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect to Apple HomeKit. You can do whichever you like. And we'll connect here. So we will add to home. Our home, obviously yours may be named different, so it's now setting it up. And as I said, we're going to put it in the kitchen, so we'll change that to kitchen and continue. And I'll name it the same in here as it is in the Aqara app. We'll continue. And when home stream, when away stream, so you can change that to stream and allow recording. What I'll do, I'll just do that so you can see it take effect and change. Continue. There we go. You can choose who can stream and review recordings. So we'll click next. It has motion sensor and light sensor. So we'll just click continue on there. And you can set up predetermined automations, but you can also do this later. So we're going to click continue. And that is now added to the Apple Home. So if I now go onto Apple Home and scroll across to the end, because it usually puts it at the end. Here we go, Aqara G100, and it connects. There we go, we'll turn the sound off just so you don't get the echo. We'll put that on there. So as you can see, the image quality looks quite good. I don't know if it's picking it up on camera, but to my eyes it's quite good and there isn't too much lag. In here we have various different settings. So accessories 2, you have the light sensor and the motion sensor. As you can see, the motion sensor was activated. you can add it to the home view or not. You can show these as separate tiles, so that means the accessories and things. Here you have your automations. You can edit or add an automation here. You've got status and notification settings, so activity notifications including home summaries, status change notifications, notify you if the camera goes offline, which is important if you're away, and allow snapshots in your notifications. Coming back, you have your recording options here. So this is where you can then change your stream and allow recording or just stream. You do have more options. So in Apple Home, it'll pick up when people, animals, vehicles or packages are detected, and you can choose to record audio or not, and you can choose any motion is detected if you don't want to do these specific things here. And you can erase the camera's recordings from Apple HomeKit if you have HomeKit Secure Video. So we'll go back again. You've got face recognition settings here. So as you can see, face recognition's on. Over time, as it detects more faces, it will actually show people up in here and you can name them. At the moment, it's picking up from both mine and Sammy's photo library as well. You can select activity zones, so you can go on here and select an activity zone like that, so that it will isolate just one portion. I'll cancel that off because I don't want to do that. Cancelling will use your changes. Would you like to save your changes first? No. So we also have a camera status light. So you can see on here, we've got the status light activated. If I turn that off, then the camera status light goes off, and you have night vision light that you can turn on and off. So there's the settings within Apple Home. So we'll come out of there and back into the Aqara Home app. We shall go back into the G100 in here. So now we're on the Aqara app. As you can see on here, you have integrated events, albums, spotlight, person detection and motion detection. So what we'll do is we'll turn the spotlight on so you can see that is very bright. I've just looked straight at it and that is extremely bright. I'll be interested to see what that does later. So I'll be testing that out in here later when the lights are turned off. You can go to your three dots up here to enter your settings, and you can change your accessory name. You can have a look at the local storage. At the moment that will be nil because we haven't got a micro SD card in. You have an anti-theft lock. So once enabled, the camera will not be able to connect to other Aqara accounts. So even if it does get stolen, then the thief's going to be disappointed because it's not going to be able to connect to anybody else's account. You have your device settings up here. So we've got camera settings. The indicator light, as you can see, because I turned it off on Apple Home, it also turned off here. You've got video settings, privacy mode, language, camera volume. So what we'll do, we'll adjust this and see if we can hear the difference. And we'll put it up to 100%. So that's quite loud. You have time-lapse video. I've got it off, but obviously you can turn it on. Custom audio settings, power frequency settings. I'm going to leave that at 50 Hz here. If we go into the video settings, this will be mounted horizontal, but I'm going to add on to the video a little bit later and show you how I put it up in the kitchen. Auto switch for night vision and daytime, I'm going to leave that on so it'll sort itself out. You've got spotlight, you can choose to turn on and off. Display detection box. So what that will do is it will put a different coloured box around different items, for example humans, packages, pets, and it'll actually put a square box around whatever the camera detects on the video for you. And you can choose to disable the audio recording. I'm going to add the timestamp overlay. So what that will do is it will put the time and date in the top of the video, usually top left and top right. So we'll come back out of here. I don't need to mess with privacy mode, but you do have those various settings if you wish. And device offline notification, that's off at the moment, but you can turn it on. And you have security settings, RTSP, because this does have RTSP available on it. You have your face management settings and your detection settings. So if we go in detection settings, event cloud recording, if you subscribe to Aqara's various subscriptions, you can choose a detection period and time of day for that detection period to take effect, and you can choose the sensitivity. I assume, yeah, you've got low, medium and high for that. And detection region, so you can choose whereabouts on the camera. This is the same, you know, you can choose different zones on your camera. So what I'll do is I'll record a couple of different videos of it picking somebody up, and then I can insert that video in and show you the quality, and then I'm going to show you me installing the camera in the kitchen. So this is an audio and video test of the G100 camera. Hopefully you can hear the voice, and hopefully there's not too much lag. And if I come further away, this is audio and video from about 8 feet away, and this is audio and video from about 3 feet away. So here is the camera showing night vision. Come a bit closer. So this is what night vision looks like on the camera. What I'll do is I'll turn the light on the camera, and that's extremely bright, but that's with the light on. I'll turn the light off again. There we are. With the camera, as you can probably see in here, there is a little insert. So with that insert you can pop that out if you're going to be putting this, say, through a wall, and then this will go through there and through the wall, and then you have a hole here that you can put your screw through into the wall plug and the drilled hole. So because I've had a camera up in the kitchen before, I've already got a couple of pre-drilled holes. So for me it's simply a case of popping that in there, getting a screwdriver, no need for the power tools here, and we can pop that in there, start tightening up. And there we go. As I said, no need to be too tight. Then what we can do is pop the power back in. I've already run a power lead through. There we go. And that's now plugged in there. And one of the good things about this is how much you can actually move this camera about. So as you can see, I've got it there, and it will swivel multiple ways for you. So what we'll do, we'll put that there, and then I'll run and get Sam's phone. It takes a little bit of time to turn back on. Please excuse the blue all over me and the dust everywhere. I've been building Sam a jewellery box. If anyone wants to see the finished product, then leave a comment and I'll put the finished jewellery box down and I'll explain how I did it all. So there we are, the camera is coming online. And there we are, as you can see there, the camera's online, it's showing us. So what you can do is you can adjust how you want that to be, and actually I think there we go, pretty much perfect. So there we go. So as you can see, there's me and Sam in the kitchen. and that's it set up and all installed. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment. I try and answer everybody that comments on my videos. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like me to do for a different review, then please don't hesitate to ask. I'm always happy to take requests. If you want me to do a more in-depth on the menus inside the Aqara G100 camera, then I can do a little video explaining what each setting does. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.